In fairness to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has been fulfilling his promise to Nigerians. What is his promise? His promise is that he will continue the good works of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And that is what he has been doing. The question is, who asked Tinubu what good works of President Muhammadu Buhari? But of course, among those who asked Tinubu without getting answer was Nyesom Wike, who, despite wondering what good works Tinubu was talking about, he colluded with Tinubu to get support in his own Rivers State as the then governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. So the same Wike was asking Tinubu in a video the good works of endless war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, ravaging human lives, a war that has been ravaging human lives and the economic resources of Nigeria since 2009, and herdsmen terrorism since 2015, worsening mass abject poverty. What good works of Muhammadu Buhari? At any rate, that was what Tinubu promised. The renewed hope agenda came after he was given the baton by Buhari as Buhari's successor. But his promise, his electoral promise, was that he will continue the good works of Muhammadu Buhari. And what are the good works of Muhammadu Buhari? Perpetuation of war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, empowering of herdsmen terrorists to be carrying AK-47 and became terror throughout Nigeria, ravaging agrarian communities, and of course, worsening mass abject poverty, worsening high rate of inflation, and of course, increment in fuel price beyond the reach of Nigerians, and scarcity of cash in his last months in the name of redesigning the naira, which of course he did not redesign but repainted, giving another coloring. But what has come out is that Tinubu has kept his promise to continue the good works of Muhammadu Buhari, but good works in quotes, in inverted commas, because ordinarily, perpetuation of a war ravaging human lives and economic resources of Nigeria cannot be good work. Good work would have been that Muhammadu Buhari maintained peace. Rather, perpetuation of war and adding herdsmen terrorism, plus skyrocketing inflation. That is what Buhari left in his memory. But for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they are good works. So he simply did not see anything bad that Muhammadu Buhari did, or in what he did. He simply did not see anything bad in what Muhammadu Buhari did and was doing. So Nigerians were insensitive to what Tinubu represented. Throughout the 8 years of Muhammadu Buhari, Tinubu did not, for once, oppose anything, let alone condemn anything did by Muhammadu Buhari. He did not. So simply, and for right-thinking people, they foresaw that Tinubu presidency will be worse than that of Muhammadu Buhari. Among them, Pa Ayo Adebanjo of blessed memory, and my humble self too, because I kept saying, somebody who never saw anything bad in what Buhari was doing will be worse than Muhammadu Buhari, and that has turned out to be the case. Some Nigerians fooled themselves, saying that he was only saying that to get power from Muhammadu Buhari, but not that he meant what he was saying. But even if you don't think he meant what he was saying, what about the fact that he never for once criticized anything done by Muhammadu Buhari, and they kept eulogizing him up to the point of championing the election of Muhammadu Buhari as the chairman of the campaign team of Muhammadu Buhari. So everything pointed to somebody who never saw anything wrong in what Muhammadu Buhari was doing. So insensitivity, self-deception, ignorance, evil mind, because if somebody has the same mind with an evil person, he will not see what is evil in what the person is doing. According to the philosopher, nobody does evil knowing it is evil. Every doer thinks that what he or she is doing is right, even when it is evil. But the person will not see it as evil and do it, that this is evil. So that means the person will do evil for not seeing it as evil. So, and it happens when a person lacks conscience. So, and at the end of the day, Tinubu has proven himself somebody who never saw anything wrong in what Muhammadu Buhari was doing, because, and he has actually done worse and is doing worse than Buhari is doing. His economy is worse, insecurities are all over the place, except that some people are covering it up. Look at these governors. Even when insecurity is tugging at their people, but because they are protected, they are praising Tinubu for pumping money into their hands, and so campaigning for his re-election. That means that, like Tinubu did not see anything wrong in what Muhammadu Buhari was doing, Seyi Makinde, Nyesom Wike, Seyi Makinde, Nyesom Wike, and all the governors and politicians decamping into the APC, or even those who are not decamping, like Ifayose, Kayode Ifayose, declaring that they will support his re-election, means that they don't see anything wrong in what Tinubu is doing. Declaring all subsidies gone, sustaining the war against Boko Haram, sustaining grazing of cattle in agrarian fields, and so on. So I'm saying all this so that Nigerians may this time around know what they are doing. Let's assume you didn't know what you are doing in the re-election of Muhammadu Buhari. You didn't know what you are doing in the election of somebody who never saw anything wrong with what Buhari was doing to Nigerians. So Let us ensure that 2027 Nigeria will take advantage of it to change the paradigm, to change the status quo. That is the message of this video.